In this Python tutorial, we are going to see how we can deal with date times, like date and times while developing your Python solution. There are lots of occasions where you have to deal with uh, date and time related things whenever you implement a enterprise level application. So for example, like let's say you are trying to prepare some kind of job and you wanted to track how much time it took to run that particular job. So all these kinds of activity, it becomes very important that you know how to handle date times in Python, right? So that's the reason for this tutorial. As you can see, I already have a program because it's a very straightforward thing, and it is a matter of understanding how date time works. So I already have the program for it. As you can see here, there are two modules that we can import from the datetime package from the Python SDK. One is datetime is the main parent module, and from that we can have these two imports. One is datetime, another one is date. And this is how, using this particular statement, if you see this is how you can get the current date, basically current date and time, right? So if you just do datetime dot now, it will give you what is the date and time of this current moment, right? So what I'll do is I just comment all rest of the program and I'll just run this. Let's see what output it gives. Yeah, so if you see, today is 10th of April and this is the time, it's 5:29. So this is how it will print you. It will give you date plus time with milliseconds as well. Okay, so this is how it works, and let's proceed with some of the more details. Now here is a place where sometimes what happens is we need to specifically mention one particular date, right? So how does that go? Basically you have a date kind of a function, and it takes three parameters. One is year, second one is month, and third one is actual day, and it will formulate a date out of it. So if I just run this, and if you see the second output, so this is the output of our datetime.now, and this is what we get when we pass on the date, and this is what Python does to display it. So this is about just giving the date. We don't, let's say we don't want time, then that's how we pass the date. Now what we want is, we want today's date only. I don't want anything related to time. So it says today is equal to date dot today. A date module has a today function. If we call that, then it will give us what is the date of today. As you can see here, it's a 10th of April 2024. So it says today's date is date. And then if you wanted to extract the parameters, the three main parameters from a date, right? One is year, month, and day. So you can do that by using this particular approach, that you do it today dot year, today dot month, and today dot day. And as you can see the output here, the extracted year is 2024, extracted month is 4, and extracted day is 10. So that's how it goes. Now on the same lines, we have time related things as well, right? From our current date was the date which we have called by calling the datetime.now function. From that, if we wanted to extract only the time specific information, then this is how we can do it, that current date dot time. So that means it was like when we call that datetime.now function, it has given us 5:29:57 and some milliseconds value, and it has extracted that. And this is how you can extract the hours, minutes, and seconds out of it. As you can see here, hours is 5, minutes 29, seconds is 57, right? So this is the time related stuff. One more important stuff, and I personally use this hundreds and thousands of time while formatting the date. Let's say we don't want the format that Python has given us as a by default one, right? I don't want, let's say, these hyphens, I don't want milliseconds, uh, and this kind of a stuff. I want date in this particular format. Let's say I want percentage date, day first, month and year, that too separated by a forward slash. And then I don't want microseconds, I just want hour, minutes and seconds, right? So using the strf time method from the Python SDK, we'll be able to mention in which format we want the date to be, right? So if you just use this same object, get the current date and time, and then format it based on whichever way you want, so that should give you the expected format, as you can see. So if I show you this formatted date is, yeah, so formatted date is, it's day, month and year, and HHMMSS, right? This is what the format we wanted to have. Now this is on the same lines, the way we have mentioned the specific date, we can also mention the specific date and time, right? So this is what year is equal to 2023, month one, day 1, hour, minute and seconds. You can pass this parameter to this date time method, and it will give you the date in the format that, like, whichever parameters you have passed, it will give you, it will create a custom date time for you, and it will give you the output. This is the default format of Python date time, so it will give you that. Okay. And then this is what I was mentioning earlier. If you wanted to have the difference between two dates, like we have current date, which is today, and this is the custom date that we have created. It was like, and probably 1 year and 2 3 months, date before 1 year and three months probably, which is 1st of Jan 2023, and it will give you the time difference by doing the subtraction between these two uh, date times, and it will say you that this is a 465 days and these many hours. So this is what it gives you when it comes to if it is just an hour difference, then obviously days will not come, but if the difference is more, then definitely it will give you in dates and some hours that are missing, okay, or that are coming as a difference of this particular date, right? So this is how at a very high level we can just deal with, and uh, with the date time related things. Mainly most of the times, what you need is what is the date at this particular point in time. That means date time dot now. Sometimes you have to mention a particular date, and I think most of the times the date function, passing the parameters into it, most of the time it works. And then mainly to track how much time a job took to process, run or whatever, you generally need this time difference one, the last bit of a code that we have seen. So thank you guys, thanks for watching this tutorial. I'll post this in the description box so that it is available to you for use. But thank you so much, thanks for watching this, and I'll see you in the next one.